another edition of Broomstick Oly, you guys. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week, and this is going to be a nice way to close it out. We're going to work on some skills. We're going to warm ourselves up, get ourselves ready for action. We're going to work on the jerk today, so a little bit of split jerk footwork, a little bit of overhead work. It's going to be a good time. All right, so let's get ourselves warmed up first. Let's get our hands into that nice wide grip so the bar rests about the hip crease so it's nice and comfortable here. Glutes are engaged, ribs are in, we're nice and tall. Let's pull into that high and outside position and pull down. High and outside, pull down. High and outside, pull down. Good, from here we're gonna pull the bar to the sternum, turn it over into that overhead position, come back down, pull overhead, come back down, and pull overhead, and come back down behind the neck. From here, we're going to shimmy our feet out into our squat stance. We're going to pull the hips back into our good morning, keeping our big toes on the floor. We'll stand tall, big squeeze, we'll pull the hips back, stand tall, and then we're going to pull the hips back, working on that nice, easy kind of hinge. Now from here, we're going to breathe in, rotate the low ribs, come back through, rotate low rib, come back through, rotate low rib, back through, and rotate low rib, and back through the center. We're going to bring our feet back underneath of our hips. One heel is going to come up in front. We're going to squeeze our glutes. We're going to pull back into that hinge, rotating towards that front leg. We'll come back to center and stand tall. Same side, we're going to squeeze, pull back, rotate, come back up, nice and tall. One more time, squeeze, pull back, rotate, and stand tall. Good, balance it out. We'll get ourselves set up with that heel in front of the big toe, big squeeze. We'll pull, rotate, come back to center, big squeeze, pull, rotate, back to center. Last one, big squeeze, pull, rotate, and back to center. Nice. We'll get our feet underneath of those hips. We're going to press that wide shoulder press overhead. Come back down, press it up, back down, press it up, come to the front. Nice. Our feet are going to come under our hips, toes slightly turned out if you need to. Nice and tall, let's take the bar down to mid-thigh, feeling our way through the midfoot. Palms will face forward. We'll take hold. Take the bar to the knee, just above the knee. Palms forward. Take hold. Shoulders and hips drop together, so we have that nice balance between the feet. Shoulders over the bar. We're going to take hold. Take hold of the bar. Pushing through those legs, come to the hip. We're going to push through those legs, come overhead, come down to the shoulders, and we're going to shimmy to our squat stance. Now, we're going to get nice and tight to the midsection. We are going to press ourselves slowly underneath of that bar in that nice overhead position. Nice and set here, standing tall, that good overhead squat. Bring the feet back in, come back to that high hang position. We're going to do it again. So let's take the bar to mid-thigh, feeling that nice balance through the feet. Palms forward. Come back through. Take the bar to launch. Palms forward. Take hold. Shoulders and hips drop together. Palms forward. Take hold. Now pushing through those legs. Everything comes together. Push those legs some more. Muscle snatch. We'll come down behind the neck. Shimmy our feet to our squat stance. Big squeeze, set. Push yourself under into that overhead squat. Nice and solid. Stand tall. Fix your feet. We'll come back down. One more time. All right, let's get those feet set underneath the body. Nice and engaged. We're going to pull to that mid-thigh position. Palms forward. Take hold. Take it to launch, just above the knee. Palms forward. Take hold. Let's take it down below the knee. Nice set position. Weight through the midfoot. Palms forward. Take hold of the bar. Feel your feet. Push through those legs to the hip. hip, push through those legs some more, muscle snatch. We'll come down behind the neck, shimmy the feet out into our squat stance. Glutes tight, ribs tight. Push yourself down to the bottom of that squat. Nice and tall, nice and solid. Stand tall, good pressure to the bar. Feet come under. Woo. Bring the bar down. Take a moment, just go, holy monkey. All right, nicely done, all right? Very nice start to the day in terms of getting that body just nice and loose, opening up that squat tissue, and making sure we get that overhead position opened up as well. We're going to continue on just a little different style of format here. We're going to bring the grip in nice and narrow. Since we're working on some jerks and some push press work, we are going to get our feet under our hips. We're going to go about a thumb and a thumb distance away from the thighs. So we have ourselves set up just outside the shoulders. And we're going to do some high pulls. It's going to feel a little different. We want to make sure we keep the shoulders back and those elbows going high and outside. So we're going to pull to the sternum. Elbows stay above the bar, and then we'll come back down. Pull to the sternum. Nice high and outside. Come back down. Pull to the sternum. Keeping those shoulders pulled back, elbows at that position. We are going to pull the bar overhead in that 90-degree position. Come back, keeping the elbows at that good strong spot. Get set. Pull the bar back overhead. Keeping those arms at 90-90, come back down, and one more time, pull the bar overhead, and come back down. From here, we're going to roll the elbows through as best we can, keeping the ribs in, pull back, high and outside, take it down. Pull to the sternum, roll through, elbows come through, back into that high and outside, come back down. Pull up one more time, sternum, roll the elbows through, come back high and outside, and take it down. Nice. All right. Continuing on with that overhead position, you're going to pull to the sternum, roll the elbows through. We're going to get set up so the elbows are just in front of the PVC or broomstick. Glutes are tight, ribs are tight. Retract the chin, push the bar straight up. We are going to push the bar back, keeping the ribs in. Come back overhead and come down behind the neck. Good. From here, shoulders are tight, pull together, press up, press the bar back a bit, keeping the arms straight, ribs in, overhead, come back down, and one more time, press up, ribs in, press back, overhead, come down, and down. Good. Shake it out a little bit, kind of move the body around and go, whoo, okay. There we go. So getting ourselves ready to go into that overhead position, we're going to work on a series of presses. So we're going to work on our shoulder press, our push jerk. Then we're going to go back into our footwork for our split jerk, and we're going to do another little complex with that push press jerk and then behind the neck split. So we're going to give ourselves a chance to find our feet in a dynamic way today. Okay? So let's come back to that narrow grip. Our feet are just outside the hips or under the hips, thumb and a thumb distance away. So 2 thumb distance away from the thighs. That should put the bar just outside the shoulders. We're going to pull the bar to the sternum, roll the elbows through, a little muscle clean. Elbows are just in front of the bar. So it's not going to be perfect because we're using very light load. The bar might not be touching the shoulders, but we want to try and keep it as close as we can. Glutes tight, ribs in, pull, retract the chin, press the bar straight up into that good overhead position, and then come back down. Elbows actively pulling in front of the bar. Get set, push, come back down, actively keeping those elbows in front of the bar. Big breath, push, come back down, actively pulling those elbows in front. Now from here we're going to work a pause dip. So we're going to take it down, 2, 1, feet are flat, knees go slightly out, chest is tall, stand. We'll do that again, 2, 1, straight down, stand. 2, 1, and stand. Now we're going to push press. We're going to get that nice dip and drive overhead. Retract the chin, 2, 1, push. Come back down, elbows in front of the bar, squeeze, push. Elbows come back in front of the bar. Get set. 2, 1, push. Good. Keeping the bar overhead. Active through the shoulders. Keep pressing up. Dip to where you feel comfortable. Actively pushing up into that bar. Stand tall. Good. Keep pressing up. Dip. Nice and tall. Good. And dip. Knees go out slightly. Feet are flat. Weight through the midfoot. And stand. Bring the bar back down. Get set. Now we're going to work that push jerk. We're going to get that nice dip, drive, push into that bottom of the dip again. So get tight and 2 seconds. 2, 1, hop. Land in that receiving position. Stand tall. Feet can come back under if we need to. Keep the bar in front. Get set. 2, 1, hop. Stand tall. Feet come back under. Bar comes down. One more time. 2, 1, hop. Stand tall. Feet come under. Come down to that good rack position. Come to the hip and relax. Nice work, you guys. Good job. So that gives us kind of a nice base level for starting with that shoulder press, working into a pause dip, and then taking through that overhead pause dip to help open up and build that receiving position for the jerk. Now, if you'd like to do that again, because it's a nice little work set to really work on warming up those shoulders and getting that overhead position really fired up, pause the video, scroll back, do that one more time. We are going to skip forward into some jerk balances now and work on behind the neck footwork, and then bring it all together into a little complex. So what we're going to do, again, setting up our narrow grip, which is going to be a thumb and a thumb distance, so the bar is outside our shoulders. We're going to pull the bar into that front rack. We're going to pop it over into our shoulders. So the bar is resting in our back rack, our high back rack, so up on the traps. Nice and set here. Feet are in our squat stance. We're going to step forward with one foot, back with the other, so we're nice and square in the hips. Toe in the back is pointing straight ahead. The lead knee is over top of the heel, and I'm nice and upright. So I'm feeling kind of 50-50 weight between my feet. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see that from the side. So again, squat stance, step, step, toe points straight ahead, lead knee is bent, back knee is soft, and I have this nice 50-50 balance between my body. My heel in the back is off the ground, and that's super important because that's going to allow us to keep a nice square hip and a nice solid 50-50 balance. Now that front foot is going to come back about a third step. We are then going to dip, step, and press. It's going to look like so. Finding our footwork, making sure we hit that same position. Front foot comes back, bar comes back down. One more demo, squeeze, dip, press, hip. Now full recovery, we bring the front foot back foot front, and then we come back down and relax. So we're going to do that together for a couple reps. So let's set that up again, okay? Feet are in the squat stance. Step, step. Hips are square to the front, back toe is pulled so it points straight ahead. Knee is over the heel, nice and square in those hips. Now front foot's going to come back a third. Now we get ready and dip, press. Now we're going to fix our stance if we need to at any point. Hold that position, recover, bar comes back down. Good. Set, dip, press. Fix your feet if you need to. Make sure we're nice and stable. Recover, come back down. One more time. Dip, press. Hip. Nice and strong. Holding. Full recover. Front foot, back foot. We'll bring the bar to the front and take a moment to relax. Good. Jerk balance. All right, working on our footwork. The most important piece of that I can offer you guys, make sure if you do have to fix your feet, if say you step too short or step too wide, whatever it happens to be, when we adjust it, hold that position for a couple seconds, make sure we lock that position in so we feel where we want it to be in a perfect world so our body knows, and then recover. So if you'd like to redo some of those reps, pause the video, scroll back, play it through with me again, or take a couple more rounds of jerk balances and warm up that foot stance. Those legs are going to burn a little bit, and it's okay. You got to get used to that receiving position. It's okay to hold that position for a little while. What we're going to do now is we're going to move forward into a little jerk complex. So we're going to push press, push jerk, behind the neck, split jerk. So we're going to bring it all together. The only thing you guys need to know about that behind the neck split jerk is that when we get that bar up here and we're ready to do the dip, it's the same dip, the same drive. The only difference is we're finding our split jerk footwork instead of dropping into that kind of squat power stance. So that's the only difference. The dip, the drive is the same, and our goal is to have our torso just go straight down and our legs shift so we can go straight down. Okay, so let's grab that PVC. We'll get ourselves into that narrow grip again. So thumb and a thumb. Feet are under the hips or just outside. We're going to pull the bar to the sternum, roll it through into that front rack. So elbows are in front. We're going to start with the push press. So let's get tight through the glutes. Get set. 2-second dip. 2, 1, push. Good. Come back down to the front. Again. 2, 1, push. Come back down. One more time. 2, 1, push. Good. Come back down to the front. Now we're going to push, jerk, or power jerk. Get set. 2, 1, hop. Stand tall. Fix your feet if you need to. Back to the front. One more. Squeeze. Set. 2, 1, hop. Come back up. Feet come under. Bar comes to the back of the neck. We're set. We're strong. Now we're going to work our split jerk from behind the neck. Get set. 2, 1, hop. Hold that position. Fix it if you need to. And front foot, back foot, bar comes down, and bar comes down. Nice. Good job. I'm going to do one more set from the side so you guys can feel that and see it from the side if you need to. Okay? From here again, feet under the hips, thumb and a thumb distance away from the thigh. We pull the bar up to the sternum, roll it through, that good front rack position. Now, from here we get a 2-second dip, squeeze the glutes, 2, 1, hop. Come back down, get set, 2, 1, hop. Come back down, one more time, 2, 1, hop. Come back down to the front. Now we're going to power jerk or push jerk. 2, 1, hop. Stand tall, feet adjust if we need to, come back down, one more, 2, 1, hop. Stand tall, feet come under, bar comes behind the neck, same stance, same dip, 2, 1, hop. Fix your feet if you need to, feel that position, front foot, back foot, bar comes down, and relax. Nicely done, you guys. All right. Now, if you'd like to do a few more rounds of that, scroll back, follow along with the video, or take it down at your own pace. You can take it down for another 3 rounds, 2 rounds, 1 more round, who knows, whatever you want to do. But regardless, it's a very, very nice little work set that allows you to bring everything together and really work on that jerk footwork. So take that time, practice that footwork, because that footwork is half the battle in terms of landing a good jerk and or a good split jerk. So footwork, 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 footwork. Can't say that enough. And apparently I can't say it fast because I mess it up. All right, so we're going to play around a little bit with the PVC pipe for our squat development today. So first things first though, let's put the PVC down. Let's set ourselves up in our squat stance, our regular air squat. 3 seconds down just to feel it out. We'll take it down. 3, 2, 1. Hold for a moment, just feel it out, and stand tall. Good. So now we're going to grab our PVC. We're going to take it to our wide grip, our overhead squat. Our feet are going to be in that squat stance, toes slightly turned out. We're going to get that bar up and overhead into that overhead position. Now pressing into the bar the entire time. Let's take the hips to the heels. 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Holding. Good. Let's bring the hands in a little bit. Pressing into that bar again. 3, 2, 1. Always pushing, holding. Stand. Bring your hands in a little bit. Good. Actively pressing into the arms. 3, 2, 1. Keep pressing into that bar. Stand. Good. A little bit more. Good. Pressing into that bar. Always pressing. We're going to hold it in that place we want it. 3, 2, 1. Holding. Standing tall. Do one more here. Pressing into the bar. 3, 2, 1. Holding. Stand tall. Take it out a little bit. Press into the bar. 3, 2, 1. Holding. Pressing into the bar. Active. Standing. Take it out a little bit. We should be kind of back to our original spot or close. 3, 2, 1. Holding. Pressing into the bar. And stand tall. Bring the bar down. Woo. Put the bar on the floor. Feet are in our regular squat stance. 3 seconds down. 3, 2, 1. Holding that position. Stand tall. Good job today, you guys. Fantastic work. Hopefully that last squat felt a little freer than the other one did. But really good work on the footwork, on the jerk work, all that overhead work. It's a nice practice, especially if you're a little tighter overhead. That's a great sequence to work on overhead range of motion without having to use load. And you're working skills at the same time. So use that as much as you want. If we're snatching with a dumbbell in the workout or doing overhead work, you can use this as a good warm-up to get those shoulders ready and really start furthering that overhead position for yourselves. It's a great, great work, and it doesn't take very long to do a couple sets of that. Have a great day today, you guys. I hope you enjoy working those skills. It's always a ton of fun. As always, work for quality, have a ton of fun, and we'll see you again for another edition of Broomstick Oly.